So what's up, YouTube? It's a beautiful Saturday morning, and I'm back at it again. So I'm out here in my garden. I know last time I made a video, well, prior to that, I said that I would make a video probably 2 to 3 weeks. But then I did come back that next week and make one. So this is 2 weeks since the first one, when I said I was going to be, making one in about 3 weeks. So here we go. And just right here, this is my okra. I mean, everything just sort of took off, so that's why I'm kind of filming more often. I usually maybe 2 or 3 weeks, but everything is sort of took off right now. I put some of that fertilizer down. As you probably can see, the fertilizer on the ground, but I used some about 3 weeks ago, and like I said, watered it really good, and it just kind of took off. So as you can see, this is the okra. Let me see here if we can get down in it, and you can actually see, the, well, right there, I can't point the camera at it like I want to. So, well, right there, if you look, zoom in, you can see the little okras sticking up right there. The baby okra. Just getting started, so probably like a week and a half. Them suckers, okra grows fast, so they'll be, I'll be harvesting those okras in probably like week and a half, 2 weeks. This is like my pepper plant. It is. He is almost like 2 feet tall, so not bad. And this one, almost the same height, but look at that. You see that pepper right there, and then I got one down here, so it's like 2 peppers right there on that side, and then one right here. So this plant actually has like 3 peppers, big peppers. They're ready to come off, as you can see right there. And it's a small plant, maybe about probably close to 2 feet. But look at that, small plant. I'm not trying to brag on my peppers, but I got to brag on that one because it is balling. And that's not, those are 3, but I got 2 off of this same plant right here last week, maybe a week and a half ago. So it's producing the other 2, like that one right there, and this one right here. They're growing nicely, and you can kind of see a little flower right there, and the little bud is budding up right there. So it's getting ready to start, peppers getting ready to start producing on this one. But the other one, like I said, it is absolutely producing. This one in the middle, and they all right about the same, so I got them all at the same time. So that's a little bit of a mystery right there, how that one is producing a lot, and these 2 is getting ready to start producing. So I'm not going to complain about that. And here's my squash. That's a beautiful looking plant right there. It's huge, but no squash so far. I thought I had seen it was budding out a little bit. Just got to keep an eye on them, because rabbits love squash. And that's another one. They cousins, but this one is nice, and that one is sort of kind of just moving along, and this one is not bad. See, but it's about time for the squash to start producing 2. Getting close. I should see something next week, and then probably that following week, depends on how fast it grow, we got to be getting something off of them. Got to be harvesting something. Can't just grow and don't produce. That's a tomato plant right there. I got these tomatoes plants. I bought them, really small. They were maybe 2 inches, so they've grown a lot. And since I got them in here about 3 weeks ago, so just waiting to see what's happening with them. And so this is so that's okra over there, and then the squash, and then another row of squash. These are not as old as the first row. I actually had to go back and buy some more okra, like the follow. So these are only maybe about 3 weeks. Those are probably like about 5 weeks. So these are only about 3 weeks old. Well, 3 weeks in the ground. But they, because I bought them already plants at the flea market. The guy was selling them, so they was pretty tall. So I don't know how long he might have been growing them. But since I put them in the ground, about 3 weeks, and as you can see, these suckers are about 3 feet. Well, not 3 feet, about 2 feet from the ground. They're about 2 feet. And my peppers, I said maybe 2 feet, but I meant probably more like a foot and a half, because this is only about 2 feet. It's about 2 feet. So it is what it is, whatever. It's not going to be exactly, because I'm not going to bring a measuring tape out here to measure how long it is just to prove a point. My point is when it gets to producing, that's my point. So when it starts producing, I'm going to start eating because I love okra. So what? And like these peppers here, I forget what kind of, I think these are sweet hot peppers. But they are getting ready to put out. As you can see, all those little buds right there. And this one, a smaller plant, but as you can see, that pepper is ready to come off of there. See? And then this plant is not much bigger than the other one, but it has 3 on there. So it's sometimes it's kind of a weird scenario where a smaller plant has producing more fruit. But whatever, it is what it is. And then eggplants, I only got 2 eggplants. That one and that one. And then more tomato plants. All of these 4 right here, tomato plants. And these are the other kind of peppers, which you probably can't see, but they're starting to bud up. You see the little flowers, they're starting to bud up right there. So I got like, 4 of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of these type of peppers. I think these, I don't know, these might be the hot peppers. Then I have the spicy sweet peppers. But anyway, and then the cucumbers. You got 3 cucumber plants right here and everything. I'm not trying to brag, but I can and I will. Like my whole garden is starting to look good. See, from right to left, my whole garden is starting to look good. And I've been able to keep the grass out of here so far. So that's good. It's good. I got my fertilizer in here that I just did, and I'm about to put the water on and let it run for a little bit. And hey, come back with about another week and a half, 2-week update before I harvest, some of this stuff. Well, I got to get those peppers off. I got 3 peppers on this side over here. I'm sorry, 3 peppers on this side, and then a couple of little peppers. Those are different kind of peppers. I don't really know much about those. Those are not banana peppers. They're a different type of sweet hot peppers or something. I didn't really read. I just, got what I could get basically and threw it in the ground. I like peppers, so I don't like them too hot. If they really hot, then I'm gonna put them in. I'm gonna pickle them. They're too hot. Like jalapeno peppers have to be pickled for me. I can't eat no straight jalapeno peppers. I don't just cut them up and cook them with anything. I don't do that because that's too hot for me. But some people like them like that. I just have to have my peppers pickled to where they're not that hot. I like them, a little spicy, but but not too hot. I'm not out there trying to prove a point. Like some people, the way they eat hot pepper, they'll just eat them straight up raw, and then they'll look at you, and then when you turn your back, then they go running and drinking water, and but they'll stand there and look at you like, oh, I did something special. Bitch, I don't care about that. When I was a young man, being reckless and wild, drinking, taking shots and shit like that. That shit ain't good for you. You mess up the lining of your stomach drinking like that, and being aggressive, trying to prove a point. Like that's I'm later for that kind of stuff. You can't push. I'm too old. You can't push me up to do anything to prove a point. Only thing I'm trying to prove is, I will be in competition with this garden. This is something I'm going to do as long as I can do it. And, I'm building this ground up, as you can see, is this garden. I'm not trying to brag, but I can and I will. It looks awesome, in my opinion. And I'm building this ground up, probably going to add some more topsoil to it after this season is over with. And then, but between, fall season, probably. So I add some more topsoil and just try to, build it up. And maybe if I can get my hands on some lime and mix that in there with it, and then come back even stronger next year, next spring and summer. So that's my intentions, to keep building on what I'm doing, learning a little bit more, learn some pointers, and just keep building, and then eventually probably get like a greenhouse or get another spot, because I want to grow herbs, but not just herbs, any kind of herbs. I want to investigate what South America has for herbs, and what Africa has for herbs. Because hell, it's hot. It's hot in Georgia too, and it's almost tropical type weather here in Georgia too. So I believe anything that can grow in Africa, where it's humid and hot, it can grow here in Georgia. But I don't really know about I don't know about certain parts of South America, But it should be pretty much the same, It's very humid down there because most of their land is like islands, and they got plenty of water, so it should be pretty hot and humid there too, you know. So anything that can grow down there should probably be able to grow here. Because at the flea market, there were some people, there were some Mexican people that were selling grapefruit. Not, they had trees, a bush, whatever. I don't know if it's a bush or, well, I don't know what a grapefruit. I know now what it looks like, because they had it. They had, the Mexican couple had grapefruit in a big pot. So it was like a bush. It's pretty tall. So I can't say if it's just a bush or to grow into a tree. I don't know what grapefruit looks like. Never seen grapefruit grow, but they actually had one, and I was like, well, y'all was able to grow this in Georgia? They was like, yeah, it grow. I seen the grapefruits on there, about the size of baseballs, small grapefruits. So you know, my question was, could you maintain it? Could you keep it to grow? Because I had a house um, that I planted a banana tree. I planted a banana tree kind of in like a L-shaped corner of the house, And then when I used to rake the pine straw up, I used to cover the roots, the base of it, with pine straw, and so that's how that banana tree pretty much it went through this winter time. But it was in the corner of the house, so it kept the wind off of it, and it got plenty of you know rain, because it was in the corner of the house, and like an L-shaped corner, what I mean. And so so it protected the roots, So when the springtime came, uh, I actually grew bananas uh, here in South Georgia. I actually grew bananas. It put out bananas, but it's because I protected the roots. And like, you can grow bananas, oranges, and shit like that down in Florida, mangoes and whatnot. But it gets pretty cold here in Georgia in the wintertime. So it damaged the roots, and so you can grow a banana tree, but they normally don't put out bananas unless you protect them. You know what I mean? And so I imagine the same thing with the grapefruit tree, bush or whatever. If you're able to protect the roots, during the winter time, then it should probably come out and produce grapefruits on a regular, you know. And probably the same thing with orange trees. You know, you don't see people with orange trees here in Georgia, but they will grow if you protect them. They'll grow. But anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And I'll give you one last little look at this beautiful garden. Like I said, I don't usually brag, but I can and I will. On this beautiful day, it's Saturday in South Georgia. Thank you. Thank you very much.